Everyone, my name is Lionel. I'm your host for LD Productions, and you're watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is season 6, reunion part 1. I think this is episode 18. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Like, comment, share, and you can subscribe. Also, I don't know if this is going to be a long one because there wasn't much meat, but we're going to do what we can do with it. Anyways, let's get into this episode. All right, so I just got done watching the reunion, and I'm so glad they did not do the walkthrough thing where Andy goes visit. I don't care. It's not that type of season for all that. Anyways, what I will ask for you to do and recommend, you can go to my channel. On one of my last videos, I did do a segment of Glam or Scram, just where I rate the fashions from the reunion. Some got the glam, and others got a scram, meaning their outfits did not make the cut as far as what I like. And as a disclaimer, I am not any type of fashion guru. I just like what I like. So go over there and check out that video. All right. So the reunion started off with Andy just greeting everyone outside there where they were seated at. Andy got to Meredith and asked her, "What are you?" I'm going to use my terms because I forgot. What are you looking to get out of this, of this reunion? So Meredith said, "Well, I'll be able to answer that after I speak with Whitney." Meredith put Whitney on the spot right out the gate. She claimed Whitney wanted to retract what she had said about her during the season. Wow, Whitney went on and denied any such thing. What happened was, at BravoCon, Meredith said that Whitney apologized and all that, and she wants to retract all that. Whitney is calling her a liar. Now, I've heard it from, I believe, they're respectable commentators and bloggers and influencers. One being the Brooke Ashley, who was there at BravoCon and saw the behavior of Whitney. She was stinking drunk. And I think wasn't the only one. Stinking drunk. She couldn't even keep it together on some of the panels that she was on. That's how bad it was. It was talked about that she needed to be propped up by like Heather and Angie and all that good stuff. But Meredith has a problem. Okay. I'm probably not going to go in order. I'm just going to go by, I guess, what I think is important or what we need to touch on. Lawsuits were another hot topic, with Brown still keeping tight-lipped on her fraud allegations. The question was asked, well, even if it's sealed, you can talk about it. But Brown said, true. However, I'm not the one that asked for the court records to be sealed. So because of that, I'm not going to speak on it. Because I don't want to implicate people that don't want to be involved. Lisa was explaining that most were dismissed. However, what wasn't dismissed, though, was the belief that Lisa leaked information about the group and the press, which is interesting. We'll get to that in a minute. She said that she's got one that's still out there that's just going through litigation. But people are trying to throw back on her. Well, you say that you're rich, you got money, da 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 da. Why aren't you paying these people? These are just allegations, y'all. They said that they haven't been paid. Heather and Brown, but y'all not making any sense. She wasn't found guilty. Brown claims, well, they were dismissed because you went on and paid them, right? And Lisa said it's none of your business. Now, you could go look up the court records if y'all were just so that interested, but just to throw out assumptions and what you think happened, you can't do that. I'm sorry, ladies. Y'all got to come with something else. The trip, well, we ain't going to talk about that. To go back with Meredith and Whitney. Nothing was actually cleared up with Whitney. Whitney explained that she told Meredith that she wanted to be her friend, but Meredith then twisted that to mean that she retracted what she said about her on the show. That's what Whitney's trying to say. Whitney also admitted that she was drunk and all that good stuff. Meredith clarified, you asked if we could be friends off camera and leave camera on. And Meredith said no, because they were the same. She added that Whitney also said that you're right, I shouldn't lie about you. I'll clean it up. Whitney was adamant that she's not retracting a thing. She said, "You took me trying to be kind to you, and you went and lied about me." And Meredith said that you were fall down drunk, and your husband had to carry you upstairs. So, did Whitney really retract everything, or was she just trying to be friendly? Yet another unsolved mystery that's not clear, even though the reunion is a place that you're supposed to clear things up. I think that Whitney knows what she said in private and knows what she has to go along with Mother Superior, aka Heather, and that's why she's not really. Now she's retracting and acting like she don't know nothing, in my opinion. Andy jumped over to Lisa. Lisa had skipped Angie's camping trip, and that's when they started talking about she was hanging out with Ben Affleck. Even though they can't really break the fourth wall, what was going on, Lisa was in contract negotiations. That's it. That's all. She wanted. Well, it was alleged that she wanted more money. That's it. That's all. All this other crap is stupid. Brown dished on Lisa's lawsuits, and Lisa had a lunch with a poster board sized legal document with the word dismissed stamped on them. Heather had also called Lisa a risky friend, and still stood on that. Mary was asked by Andy, "Do you think that Lisa's a risky friend?" And she said yes. And Lisa said, "How am I a risky friend?" Mary said, "Well, you're delusional." And then you went on and said that you live a different life than the rest of us. Lisa said that she wasn't trying to shade anyone or take a dig at anyone. And other people feel that way. It's because of the show that you're on and the way that you act sometimes, Lisa, I think that you were taking a dig. I think you were. There's no way around it. I just have to judge it because of the reality show Lisa Barlow. I don't know what you're like if you really just think that you're just so up there and all that crap. I know how you portray things. It could have gone the other way where you're just like, look, you're not on my level. You're not here. You can't think like me. You act like you know where I'm at and all that good stuff. And I'm not there. However, a lot of people loved that when Nene was saying that on the Housewives of Atlanta. But and y'all still act like everybody is, some of the fans do, that Nene is higher than everyone. But anyways. Lisa was saying, well, you're trying to say that I'm a risky friend? Well, you're a snaky friend. And they get into the whole Angie revealing what Lisa said about Todd supposedly kissing other women and farting. Angie ended up telling Lisa, I guess when they were going back home from the cruise that they were on, that Heather told me to say it. Because Lisa was offended by it. Why would you say that? Why would you bring that up? And Andy said, well, Heather said that it would just be funny. It was just funny. It was just a joke. But Brown wasn't amused by that. So Heather is playing producer with other people. Heather is the puppeteer. Is that what you're saying, Angie? Y'all be the judge of that. Andy then brought it back to Brownman, bringing up Lisa's lawsuits. Brownman explained that she didn't bring them up to Lisa's face because Lisa had blocked her. Yeah, because it was asked like, well, why didn't you just talk with Lisa about this? Lisa then had some explaining to do and said one case was pending a summary judgment, another is actively being litigated, and the rest were dismissed. Lisa said, I wasn't worried about it, so I don't know why everyone else was worried about it. I mean, it is a reality show and you got to bring it up. Heather replied, because you say that you're richer than all of us. I said that already. And you owe hundreds of thousands of dollars. This led Brown and Lisa arguing over what a summary judgment meant. And Lisa stating that she had a civil case while Brown's was criminal. Then they argued most everything was dismissed. Okay. See how lackluster and all this crap was? What wasn't dismissed, though, was Lisa breaking their truce to not talk about their families. Brown maintained she kept her end of the bargain, while Lisa did not. Lisa brought it up that it was broken on her end when Todd commented he wouldn't piss on Lisa if her brain was on fire. But I'm sorry. What does that have to do with anything, Lisa? You and Brown had a truce. Did Todd say anything wrong? He don't trust her. You. After all the crap that you done did and said. I think he can have his own opinion. Did he talk about you wrong or have all you brought all this other stuff about him to the show? And now you think it is full range for you to talk about him, even though you think that Brownwood didn't break nothing. Sorry. Brownwood had more evidence when a fan sent her a video of Lisa at BravoCon telling a story about Todd. Cut to Lisa telling the group, "Do you know how small his DICK is? If you have gout," and I go, "No, just if you have Todd's belly," basically indicating that Todd has a. Brownwood added, "When we were in Greece, you were saying my husband is a dirty old man, a pervert." And Lisa responded, "Yeah, he is." Yikes. While it seemed their friendship was beyond repair, Lisa brought up that while they were on the yacht, Brownwood had accepted her apology. Brownwood countered she did, but then Lisa kept talking about Todd. Lisa explained this is what she does, word salad. No, ma'am. Ma'am! Ma'am! You broke the contract. You broke the truce. After it was determined, Lisa, but anyways, you did stuff to Meredith and all that good stuff. You had that teacher chart and all that stuff on what we should not be doing and not doing. You made that declaration and all that good stuff. So, Brownwood, you're mad at Lisa, but you need to be mad at yourself for how you have carried on during the second half of the season. Sorry. After it was determined, even though Lisa is wrong, but back to Lisa. After it was determined that Lisa's makeup artist and production must hate her because they let her go on TV with a wonky smoky eye, Andy asked Angie if she trolled Lisa with her Arby's and Código Tequila partnerships franchise was now doing franchise. Angie denied it, and Andy said, "Well, it seems like a slight troll." I agree. When Andy asked Lisa what she thought, and Lisa retorted, "I didn't even see it." You saw it. You know, people have all benefited from my wins, and that's exciting for them. Andy then gave kudos to the group for their 6 seasons. We went down memory lane. It's now been 100 episodes. So congratulations, Salt Lake City. Mary got the spotlight when Andy asked what changed her tune, because and how Andy was before. I mean, Mary was beforehand. She seemed like the outcast. Mary was very closed in, very private. I think after she was able in season 4 to get everything off of her chest from what was done to her season 2, she was able to kind of breathe a little bit more with these jokers. I still remember that stuff. I still carry it, and that's why I don't really like these folks, because I still see the same type of behavior, even though it's not with Mary per se, but it's just like, y'all are so hypocritical as to how you guys were several seasons ago. We seen you from kind of feeling like you hated everybody to kind of trying to bring people together. What happened to you? She mused, "I felt like I wasn't a part of the group, and they did not include me in the beginning. I mean, Meredith did, but now I just feel like I see good in all of them." Except Brittany, of course. She didn't say that, but basically. Andy wondered how Heather felt looking back at herself in season 1. Heather was proud of herself, but it was hard on her. She said, "I was at my lowest physically, emotionally, and financially. I just wasn't going to let the opportunity pass me by, regardless of people saying that I didn't deserve to be there." And then Andy cheered to 100 more episodes, and then Brittany came out on stage. This is about halfway through the show. If you got to bring a friend out during halfway through part 1, there wasn't much going on. Brittany brings her emotional support teddy bear that we didn't need to see. And Andy moved on into the crossover episodes with Below Deck. Heather confirmed once and for all she did not F around with Captain Jason. "We're friends. I don't understand why you thought that we thought anything different." You were suggestive in that way and you wanting to feel important as if you could snag Captain Jason. And you let it go on that way, just like that black eye that you got. But nobody cares about your lies and manipulations and you not really answering clearly on stuff. And Mary dished that the giant cucumber in the suitcase belonged to Heather and Whitney. I'm ready for the below the deck. I want to see how it actually went down. This is the down under version. They get to now give their commentary versus how the Housewives got theirs. So it's I would like to see it. Andy then grilled Brownwood on the fraud allegations, as I spoke about before. Brownwood had claimed she couldn't talk about her case because it was sealed, but Andy said that wasn't true. Brownwood deflected and said that she just got her U.S. citizenship, and they are not handing those out to people with felonies, which is true, but you were able to just escape on out of it. Brownwood, you didn't get the answer to anything, which is interesting. He pushed further to ask her about the allegedly being let go from her job for making fraudulent purchases on corporate cards totaling $100,000. Brownwood said that that's not the case, and the case it's about that's what people are alleging. Andy did wonder if there were other cases filed against her. That's when she brought up her cases from over 20 years ago, but Brownwood wasn't spilling anything. And y'all let it go and didn't even push back, not for real. Then Andy asked if Lisa leaked information about Brownwood to the press, and Angie whipped out a small scroll with some supposed proof that Lisa had trolled her. She told Andy to look inside because the person trolling her has the same number Lisa has. Are these receipts that prove that Lisa was the source of the leak? We have to wait until next week in regards to that. Brittany said something, I don't even know why I gotta bring her up, but she admitted that she was flirting with the folks on the boat to get back at Jared. But then she said, I didn't realize I was flirting. But then you made it a big deal that somebody brought it back to Jared. I need you to pick a role and stick with that, Brittany. You are as thirsty as Andy said that you are. That's all I got for y'all. I was a little bit muffled because I was trying to remember. I structured my sentences wrong, and I do apologize, y'all. Please forgive me. But yeah, that was the episode. What did y'all think of it? I wasn't that enthused by it, but maybe y'all were. Y'all let me know, because it just seemed like a bunch of everybody had word salads and nothing really was resolved. But they did talk about tag team. But Heather is more than just tag teaming. She's getting other people to be her puppeteers to get stuff out, to cause trouble with certain people, specifically Lisa. That is so crazy that Angie was following up what Heather told her to do, as Whitney was. Because, Whitney don't really want that smoke from Heather, and that's why Whitney wanted to play along with her as far as ganging up with Meredith. So then Heather bounced it back as far as all this double teaming with Lisa and Meredith, when they were having a little side conversation and saying, ooh, let's just keep that. While other people were explaining themselves about different things, they whispered to each other about this. If this comes up, let's talk about that. So she was like, well, you trying to bounce it on me? Well, isn't that double teaming? No. If I'm going to be truthful, it does. However, how many seasons has Heather and Whitney been double teaming? And now you have a new recruit, Angie, who can't stand on her own anymore all of a sudden. So, oh well, y'all. Oh well, double teaming, whatever. Heather, you've been recruiting people to do stuff for you for a long time, so oh well. Oh well. That's all I got, y'all. Again, thank you for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe. And until the next one, peace.